In the heart of the village, Mabel Carter stood amidst the warm embrace of freshly baked bread, the sweet scent swirling like whispers of freedom in the air. Each knead of dough was a physical manifestation of her dreams, aspirations soaring beyond the village's dusty confines. Her father, a shadow of tradition, watched with a mix of pride and concern, his weathered hands betraying the simple life he cherished but did not fully understand. Mabel longed for something more, a life painted in vibrant colors rather than muted pastels. As she sliced through the crusty loaves, her thoughts fluttered like the flower dust motes dancing in the sunlight, daring to imagine a world where her desires sprouted and flourished. Yet, beneath the heady aroma of ambition lingered a tension, a fear that the very village that nurtured her dreams would pull her back into its familiar grasp, suffocating her spirit. The aroma of freshly baked bread still lingered as Mabel stood at the bakery door, gazing towards the schoolhouse where Thomas Greeves passionately engaged his students in discussions about freedom and the power of education. His lively debates stirred a restlessness within the village, challenging the stagnant traditions that held many captive. During a recent town meeting, resistance stirred like storm clouds, villagers clinging to outdated customs as Thomas advocated for change. The tension between progress and the comfort of habit crackled in the air, mirroring Mabel's own internal struggle. As she watched the students filtering into the schoolhouse, a glimmer of hope sparked in her heart. Perhaps the winds of change were beginning to blow through their small corner of the world, urging them all towards a future where dreams could flourish. With that thought, Mabel realized the importance of education as a beacon for the village's transformation. As Mabel's hopeful musings lingered, the scene shifted to Eleanor Fletcher knee-deep in her garden, a vibrant tapestry of colors and scents that danced on the breeze. The sun cast a golden glow over the blossoming herbs, each one holding a story of healing and ancient wisdom. Eleanor's hands, lovingly gentle among the foliage, spoke of a deep connection to the past as she recounted a poignant tale of a long-gone villager, a reminder of loss and continuity woven into the fabric of their community. As Mabel approached, she could hear Eleanor's soothing voice, inviting her into the world of folklore. It was in these stories that Mabel began to understand the essential ties of her heritage, illuminating her journey forward. The richness of their shared history enveloped her, deepening the sense of belonging that would guide her aspirations. In their modest home, James and Clara Whitfield labored under the weight of factory life. As the factory bell tolled each morning, they exchanged weary smiles, holding on to dreams for their newborn child, dreams that shimmered like distant stars on a stormy night. Their days were consumed by rigorous tasks, yet each moment spent together in the dim light of their small kitchen was filled with quiet resolve. The rhythmic sounds of industry outside competed with their hopes, a future free from the relentless grind. Clara often lingered over fabric scraps, envisioning playful toys for their child, while James pondered ways to create a safer environment for workers. Amidst their struggles with harsh realities, the couple nurtured aspirations that reached far beyond their circumstances, believing in the transformative power of dreams. Together, they would fight for a better life, for their child, and for each other. The flutter of excitement in Mabel's chest grew as she clutched the invitation from Mr. Reginald Hargrove. Stepping beyond the bakery's comforting warmth, she braced herself against the cool air, feeling the pulse of the village around her. Despite her anticipation, a sense of unease twisted within her. Attending the estate promised a glimpse of a world steeped in elegance and opportunity, yet it also illuminated the stark class divisions that shaped her community. As whispers of envy and admiration rippled through the villagers, Mabel faced a poignant dilemma. Could she reconcile the loyalty she felt for her roots with the boundless aspirations ignited within her? Understanding the stakes before her, she realized this journey could redefine her future and the village's fabric, weaving together ambition with her deep-seated sense of belonging. With determination, Mabel readied herself for the estate, where fate would intertwine her dreams with the complexities of class and community. As Mabel stepped into the lively chaos of market day, the vibrant colors and scents enveloped her. Stall owners hawked their wares with eager voices, Laughter mingled with the clinking of coins, creating a symphony of life that filled the air with possibility. Yet amid the cheerful bustle, a current of anxiety rippled through the crowd as whispers of impending changes to the factory began to circulate. Mabel overheard snippets of conversations, each dripping with concern, igniting her own feelings of urgency. The idea that the very heart of their community, the factory, might undergo drastic alterations sent shivers of uncertainty through her. These developments could reshape the lives of her friends and family. As she intermingled with familiar faces, the anxiety of what lay ahead urged her to consider what her role would be in this evolving landscape. It was a crucial moment that could define her destiny. In the aftermath of the harrowing factory accident, James Whitfield walked through the village, dread weighing heavily on his shoulders. News spread quickly, igniting fervent discussions among the townsfolk about labor rights and the pressing need for safer conditions. Clara, fueled by the outpouring of concern, felt a surge of determination to stand up for change. As they gathered at the local pub that evening, voices rose and fell like tides, anger and resolve mingling in the air. Thomas Greeves observed the fervor, contemplating how education could empower the community to advocate for their rights. With each passing moment, the villagers shifted from passive acceptance to active engagement, a pivotal transformation stirring within their hearts. Mabel, too, listened intently, realizing that these dialogues would redefine the very landscape of their village. Together, they were on the brink of a social awakening, ready to claim their voices and fight for a future unmarred by fear. Mabel arrived at Reginald Hargrove's estate, the grandeur enveloping her like a lavish cloak. As she stepped through the impressive entrance, the air vibrated with the notes of a string quartet, and delightful conversations floated around her. Every detail, the gilded frames, the elegantly dressed guests, was a stark contrast to her own life in the village, where simplicity reigned. Yet as she moved through the art-filled hallways, admiration twisted with a sense of isolation, the laughter and discussions creating a barrier that felt insurmountable. The allure of high society sparkled enticingly, yet she could not shake the nagging feeling that something essential was sacrificed in this world of opulence. The celebration illuminated her longing for a connection that crossed class divides, blending her aspirations with the authenticity of home. In that moment, she understood that her journey was not merely about ambition, but about forging a path that embraced both hope and belonging. Eleanor's voice echoed softly as she welcomed Mabel into her lush garden, rich with the fragrances of blossoming herbs and stories of resilience. With each tale, Mabel absorbed the wisdom and strength woven through the village's history, feeling her own roots anchored deeper with each word. Conflicted yet inspired, she began to comprehend that the tapestry of her identity was threaded with the narratives of those who came before her. The garden became a sanctuary, a reminder of who she was amidst her aspirations for something greater. Mabel's longing for a vibrant future softened, now interlaced with an appreciation for the lessons hidden in the soil of her heritage. This blend of past and future sparked a dawning realization in Mabel. Her path forward must not sever ties with her roots, but honor them, guiding her toward a brighter, more inclusive tomorrow. She was ready to embrace both worlds. As the laughter and music faded from Reginald Hargrove's estate, Mabel felt the weight of her choices pressing against her spirit. The villagers assembled for market day were abuzz about recent changes brewing at the factory. Mabel sensed an urgency in their whispers, a collective anxiety about the future of their community. As conversations shifted, she realized her role in these discussions was crucial. She could no longer stand apart from the struggles enveloping her friends and family. Beneath the vibrant facade of village life, the thread of transformation loomed over them all. That evening, a brewing storm led James to rally support for labor rights, igniting discussions that would reshape the landscape of their lives. Clara, emboldened by their shared goals, found herself drawn into the heart of community activism. As Mabel watched the villagers unite, fortified by hope and resilience, she understood that her destiny was intricately tied to theirs, a unity kindled by the promise of a better tomorrow. Flickering flames illuminated the gathering as the community embraced the warmth of candlelit evenings, an atmosphere rich with connection and shared resolve. Villagers congregated in small circles, each voice adding to the narrative of their intertwined lives. Stories poured forth, echoing struggles, triumphs, and the undying spirit that united them. As Mabel stood among them, she witnessed a profound transformation. The bonds deepened through their collective experiences, painted a vibrant picture of resilience in the face of adversity. It was within these intimate exchanges that the community began to redefine itself, weaving their individual hopes into a collective tapestry adorned with both tradition and aspiration. Mabel felt uplifted, the fears of isolation dissipating in the glow of communal strength. In this embrace of unity, she found her own voice emerging, harmonizing with those around her, kindling the notion that together they could pave a brighter path forward. As rumors of a sudden illness began to ripple through the village, Mabel felt a call to action deep within her heart. Eleanor's knowledge of herbal remedies blossomed anew, drawing the community to a collective well of wisdom. Mabel stepped forward instinctively, offering her hands to help care for those in need. Each visit deepened her connection to the villagers, revealing resilience and strength in the face of adversity. While she prepared infusions and soothing salves, she witnessed firsthand the unbreakable bonds that formed in times of struggle. Through these acts of care, Mabel discovered a purpose far removed from her earlier aspirations for wealth and status. As she listened to tales of hope and survival shared by those she aided, her understanding of fulfillment began to shift. The richness of community spirit ignited a reconsideration of her own desires, guiding her toward a realization of what truly mattered most. With the village grappling under the weight of recent turmoil, the tension escalated as news spread of a local strike at the factory. James Whitfield, emboldened by the cries for justice, stood at the forefront, calling for workers' rights. Clara, filled with a fierce determination, recognized the personal risks that came with standing by his side. As their union became a rallying point for the community, Mabel found herself torn between the allure of upper-class gatherings and the passionate cries of her friends. Each hammering heartbeat on the picket lines echoed the struggles of the many, contrasting starkly against her recent experiences in the halls of luxury. In this crucial moment, Mabel understood that her choices would redefine not just her place in society, but also the very heart of the village she had longed to escape. Palpable resolve coursed through her, urging her to embrace the voices clamoring for change. The vibrant sounds of the traveling fair swept through the village, infusing the air with joy and nostalgia, as Mabel's heart raced with anticipation. Colorful tents and laughter beckoned both young and old from their daily routines, creating an irresistible mosaic of life. As she wandered through the bustling aisles, Mabel marveled at the deep connections among villagers, their faces illuminated by the flickering lights and shared excitement. Each game played and each treat savored became a testament to the spirit of community that thrived amidst adversity. Yet in the midst of merriment, her thoughts wandered to the struggles that lingered beyond the fair's confines. The contrast between jubilant laughter and heavy hearts danced in her mind, igniting an internal dialogue about her place in this tapestry of lives. Mabel felt an awakening, a realization that her aspirations for something greater could harmoniously exist alongside the cherished bonds of her village. As Mabel lingered on the outskirts of the fair, gazing at the flickering city lights in the distance, her heart swelled with conflicting emotions. The vibrant celebration around her created a momentary oasis from the storms brewing within her. She recognized the allure of those shimmering lights, offering dreams of a life that extended beyond the village, a future filled with possibilities. Yet the warmth of familiar voices drew her back, reminding her of the resilience and shared history that anchored her to this place. Mabel felt a profound realization dawning within her. Her dreams did not require her to abandon her roots, but could instead coexist with her love for the village. This delicate equilibrium between her ambitions and loyalty echoed in her spirit, illuminating the path ahead. With newfound clarity, she embraced her journey, understanding that both her dreams and her village were essential parts of who she was destined to become.